Mabibi na mabwana, ladies and gentlemen, Oyaore Uru Jo Kisumu, Oreo Nade. We are gathered here today, as previous speakers have already said, at the start of a very exciting journey in the lives of young people from Kisumu. At the start of this important programme addressing violence against women and girls through football.
In Kisumu we have more of an urban setting, which is a big contrast to Mount Elgon, completely different in terms of the setting, the environment, the type of people. And the other reason we chose Kisumu was because it's still in Western Kenya, it still has very high prevalence rates of violence against women and girls. But we also took into consideration whether the programme would be able to draw upon existing initiatives and existing networks. And we found that in Kisumu there was a lot going on already. So we had football networks, and we had civil society networks, and a very responsive county government who were already putting some structures in place around gender-based violence, violence against women and girls. They already have a gender technical working group. And we felt that this would help to provide support if we need to refer survivors or children to support structures, then those structures like gender violence recovery centres already exist in Kisumu.
And we supported this programme in particular because we believe that girls and women can play more of a part in Kenya's society. We believe that if girls and women are safer in their communities, if they go to school, if they can contribute to Kenya's economic development, then Kenya will be a much, much stronger country.
4 balls in the blue cones. As you can, come on, Raka. One. Control and move. Keep going. From this end, keep going. What can you do to make us feel high again? Keep going, keep going, keep going. So can I have 2 there? 5. Keep going, unasimama wewe. Stop. Okay? Stop.
Is there any questions? Is everyone happy with what they're going to do? Yeah.
Our third reason was gender. The barrier was gender. The reason was because we lack female coaches. In most teams you find that we might have so many girls in the team, but in school, but most of them don't want to join because they don't have the female coaches.
And we have realized that because of the economic situations of these areas, you can remember it is Obunga, it is Nyalenda, the slum area. So most of the young ladies, because we are dealing with up to around 21 there, some of them are engaged in economic activities, so they will not have time.
And our solution to this is to educate them on the same. Thank you.
I went through rape in 2002, and I went into depression for 2.5 years. And what sexual and gender-based violence does to an individual, it takes your dignity away. And as family and society, we need to support survivors of sexual violence to restore their dignity. I want to talk to the men in the house today. The women and girls who are violated are your mothers, our sisters, your wives. So we need to protect them. We need to fight for them. Because at the end of the day, sexual and gender-based violence affects the education system, it affects development of the country, it also affects the national prestige.
If all these women want to end men, they'll do it in one day. but they choose not to. She knows when you go to bed, she cooks for you, you get her pregnant, she does all this other stuff. She cleans, she makes babies, she do everything, and you just come and you get mad over a broken glass. Before we begin, say, especially a female, think of your daughter, your sister, and your mom. Would you like to see the same happening to them?
I want to say that we as men, let us not make our presence in the society be felt by people through violence, but let our absence in the society be felt because we give value to the other sex. I think we should give a level playing ground to everyone in the society.
I want to pass this message to any girl child that is here or any woman that is here, that you have an opportunity to change your lives. Again, I'm sure here we have parents that sometimes they think maybe a child can only, or a girl child can only do the house chores. It's not the same. You have to support your child to play football. If she's talented in any way, any sport, you need to support her.
I think the fundamental lesson that football teaches us is that football is played by a team. And the common problem that we make as a society is that we play with half our team. We don't play with all our team. And as we saw going around, you can't play football with half your team. And each member of the team has a role. And society is made up of men and women. So if society is to function, all members of society need to play a role at every level. And that speaks to the notion of inclusion. Building a society that is inclusive, that allows every member of society to participate as a valuable and meaningful member of society.
My responsibility is to think about how I personally can get women and girls, Kenyan women and girls, to contribute better. Because, you know, who knows, in this audience there might be a Lupita, yeah? There might be a Wangari Maathai, might be a Tekla Larip, there might be a Martha, there might be a Deputy Governor. And look at how all of these people have contributed to Kenya.
The programme is a unique and innovative partnership between Kenya and the UK. The programme brings together expertise from the Premier League in England, the British Council, and DFID's Violence Against Women and Girls Unit. The British Council's Premier Skills Initiative is a programme that we deliver in partnership with the Premier League across 26 countries worldwide, from Afghanistan to Brazil, India, Mexico, Nigeria, South Africa, Vietnam, and Zambia. And it uses football as an engagement tool to develop a brighter future for young people around the world.
We do have a lot of violence in the society. We want to make sure that we deal with violence both in girls, women, and also for our boys. I remember when I went to one of this, one of the tents there, the young man who spoke to me told me that, "Madam, we don't want people to touch people in wrong places, but we also don't want to have friends, that ask you to go to a room and take out your clothes." It means also the girls can ask a boy wrongly to take out his clothes and touch him in the wrong place. So touching in the wrong place is wrong, both for men and for boys and for girls. So we must do something and act on it. We must protect both our girl child and also our boy child when it comes to this kind of violence that is happening in the society. We know it's a lot in Kisumu. We are really working hard, and I think this is one of the programs that is going to support us in doing this in future.
These are my private parts, private parts, private parts. These are my private parts. No one should touch them. No one should touch them.
So I think the whole attitude of boys towards girls can be one where they tend to bully, they tend to harass at the beginning of the programme. But what the coaches are saying is that's starting to shift now, because by involving both boys and girls together and helping them to work as a team as part of the football programme and during the education and curriculum sessions that they run with them on violence against women and girls, then they're finding that that is bringing the boys and girls together and helping them to develop more respectful relationships, so that girls can start to speak out more about, why is this happening to me? This isn't fair, it's happening to me because I'm a girl, as opposed to boys who aren't suffering the same kind of violations of their rights.
Although unfortunately this journey ends for us here today, you as highly trained Premier Skills coaches now need to see this as the beginning of your journey. Take that new knowledge and impart that through the programme on a weekly basis. So, see this as the beginning, yeah? You need to be change agents of the future and really look to work together as a team. Because, remember, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much.